Miriam Carey of Stamford, Connecticut, was in the car with her one-year-old daughter when she rammed into barricades near the White House before leading police on a chase. Outside the Capitol, she reportedly ignored orders to get out of her car, and she was shot and killed while trying to speed away. Her young daughter, thankfully, is unharmed. So what could have made this woman seemingly snap? Investigators who searched her Stamford, Connecticut home say they found medication to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and her boyfriend reportedly told police that she appeared to be, quote, delusional. Let's go live now to CNN's Deborah Farrick, who's in New York with the very latest. Deborah, what do you know?
One thing we do want to tell you, Jake, is that the family of Miriam Carey actually traveled down to Washington, D.C., where you are. They identified the body within the last 2 hours. They're there now. They're expected to give a statement later this evening, but they're also expected to speak to CNN. We'll have that interview for you later this evening. One clarification that we want to tell you about, we're now learning that authorities during the search of her Stamford, Connecticut apartment found discharge papers, and it was on those discharge papers that there were prescriptions written for two kinds of medications. One of the medications was to treat symptoms of bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. The other was for an antidepressant. It's not clear whether there was actual medication there in the apartment, but we do know, according to a source, that the boyfriend had called police saying that she was delusional, that she thought President Obama was surveilling her electronically, and whether this is why she decided to go down to Washington, to the White House. All of that under investigation right now. But again, there were certain things that were going on. The boyfriend said that she had been on some medications, but that she had stopped taking those medications. Think about it. She actually packed a bag, strapped her daughter in that car, and then drove hundreds of miles down to the White House, possibly to get an audience with the president. Jake?
Strange. Deb, we heard about an envelope outside Miriam Carey's apartment addressed to her boyfriend. What can you tell us about that? What's the latest on that?
Well, this was an envelope. What's interesting is that apparently, according to a source, there was no actual letter in the envelope. There was some sort of a substance inside, a sugary substance, and it was near the door, actually. And so hazmat teams were able to take the letter, bring it to a Connecticut state lab where that is undergoing testing now. And authorities couldn't even get in to search the apartment because they had to make sure that it was, in fact, safe. So right now they're trying to determine exactly what the substance was in that envelope. But again, authorities were hopeful that there may have been some sort of stated reason why she did this, but no letter in that questionable or suspicious, is what they're calling it, that suspicious envelope, Jake.
And Deb, quickly, what's the status of her one-year-old daughter? Where is she? Is she safe?
Well, she is in Washington, D.C. right now. She is in the custody of Child and Family Service Agency. She went to the hospital, was checked out, released. She's with a foster family, and efforts are being made now to reunite her with her real biological family, Jake.